Dig deeper. I'm going to say it again. Dig deeper. There's a time for a comeback. From Dr. Miles Monroe's book, Becoming a Legend, I found stories, inspirational stories of how someone like me, someone like you, has made a difference. Life is not about making it. It's about making a difference. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us, we've got our own purpose in life. There's a special reason why we're here today. There's a special reason why you still got air in your lungs. There's a special reason that you've been equipped with what you've been equipped with right now, your characteristics, who you are. There's a special reason behind all of that. You gotta find what it is. You gotta find your purpose and make a difference. Abraham, the Old Testament's patriarch, had to dig deeper with his faith. God promised him a child at the age of 100. He had to dig deeper to believe that. He had to dig deeper to live by that. David, a shepherd boy that believed he could take down the giant Goliath, all because he knew God was with him. He had to dig deeper in the moment no one believed in him. He had to dig deeper to become who he was meant to be. One of the greatest rulers, one of the greatest kings, the man after God's own heart. He had to dig deeper to fulfill that. Florence Nightingale, despite all she could inherit from her family, the wealth, the riches, she had to dig deeper to hear God's calling. She then went on to devoting her life to better medical care for soldiers and start nursing training. She had to dig deeper. She had to dig deeper to make that something. She had to dig deeper to make it a thing that people were serious about. Let's keep it going. More inspirational stories. Mahatma Gandhi, a small Indian guy that believed he could face the giant of Great Britain. He believed he could deliver his people to a greater future. Nelson Mandela, just a simple African lawyer. He believed he could face apartheid. He had to dig deeper. He had to dig deeper to believe in himself and to get almost all of South Africa to believe in him. He had a vision which all men were equal and free. He had to dig deeper to make that happen. Mother Teresa left her teaching job because she envisioned a ministry of serving the poorest of the poor. In India, she had to dig deeper to bring the world's attention to the sick, the outcast, and the plight of the destitute. She had to dig deeper to make that happen. And my personal favorite, the one I just added myself, is Allen Iverson. My all-time favorite basketball player. This guy could run, he could play American football, he could play basketball, he was talented. But because of the neighborhood he was raised in, he found himself in a controversy. A brawl kicked off in a bowling alley, which he fell for. Sentenced 15 years to prison. Now God was on his side. He was released after 4 months. Pursued his love for basketball. He joined the NBA, and they had to dig deeper. After coming out of that prison, he had to dig deeper. He had to dig deeper to own his life. he became unstoppable, an ankle breaker, one of the most feared guards in the NBA. And till today, he's earned himself the nickname, The Answer. So question to you, what's your reason to dig deeper? I was born in Zimbabwe, Southern Africa. So I'm not the typical African American motivational speaker that would tell you that I was once homeless, that it was either sport or the streets. I can tell you that I'm not the typical London boy either that would tell you that I had to be part of a gang to make a living. I had to be part of a gang to belong to something. No, that's not me. But there's something similar. I can relate to those type of guys. I can relate to each and every one of them that will come up and share their story. And that's only because I have a story. Back in 2015, I once posted this on my socials that one day, my story alone would change someone's life. And God is telling me that the day has started. The time is now. I grew up serving, seeing, surrounded by people that dug deep. I lived in a 3-bedroom house, a beautiful 3-bedroom house with a beautiful yard. I got through life with cousins that lost their fathers, lost both parents, and I witnessed each and every one of them still take on life, still dig deep till today. They've still got that mental, that they've still got that mindset. They still dig deep, they still go after what's theirs, despite their loss, despite how the world might make them feel. They still go after what God has given them. Now, I've seen them keep their head up, and that's made me think, right, okay, cool. What's stopping me from digging deep for what's mine as well? People that are not in the same, that are not in a I know what situation that you, or you just know people that would kill to be in a situation that you're in, but you see them working hard, you see them digging deep. What's stopping you? I have grandparents that dug deep and showed us that with love in your heart, 1 is greater than 5. My dad and uncles pushed themselves each day to make sure that we get more than they ever did. Me and my cousins, me and my siblings, and that's the beautiful thing about it. We all grew up in that one big house. It was all one big family. There were no differences. We all shared the same things, shared the same clothes, had the same food, played the same games, and our bond till today is so strong. And that's because our parents, our uncles, our aunts, grandparents, they taught us to dig deep when it comes to loving your neighbor, loving one another, just like you love yourself. When I'm talking about my uncles and my dad, they'll work hard to just make sure that we get that education better than they had. We get the good food better than they had. We get the nice clothes better than they had. And we were their reason to dig deep. We still are their reason to dig deep. So what's your reason to dig deep? What's your purpose in life? What's your plan? What are you working towards? Is it God's will? Just like my parents do, I too want to give my kid a great life, better than the one I have. My favorite NFL player, Ray Lewis, says, "My pain is not about me. It's about a greater purpose." So think about what you're going through right now. You're not just going through it because God doesn't like you. You're not going through it because God chooses to ignore you. The pain you're going through right now, the pain you're feeling, the pain you're dealing with, the hurt is for a greater purpose. Find that purpose and you unlock all these other doors that you think that are locked. Look back at all the steps you've taken in life. Most of you know that you wouldn't be there. Like, you never saw yourself being there, but yet most of us take it for granted. We take our life for granted. What you've got right now, someone else is crying for. What you take for granted, someone else is thinking, that can change my life. God chose you. God placed you. God blessed you. What are you doing with your time? Think about that. Meditate on that. Set goals. Set a plan. Dig deeper than you're doing right now. You deserve more. You can have more. But it's up for you to get up and take it. It's up for you to work for it. You gotta dig deep. You think life's got you on your back? Les Brown says, if you can look up, then you can get up. So I'm telling you, there's nothing you can't come back from. This is the time for a comeback. Is the storm hitting you harder than you ever thought? Well, the rainbow only comes after the hard rain. Do you feel disadvantaged in life? Well, God says you've got all that you need to be who you're meant to be. See, when I get on the field with the rest of my team, the Staffordshire Stallions, I know we worked hard to be here. I know each and every one of them is looking up to see what their middle linebacker is going to do. Whatever I set my mind on, I'm going to dig deeper. If you lost last season, if you didn't end up where you wanted to be, you've got a chance to make it different this time. You just have to dig deeper. You've got it in you. Right, so what's up with you, kid? What pushes you to grind harder on the field?
I just want to be the best. Best on the field.
Best on the field, but you doesn't.
I just want to be the best version of myself if I can.
Hey, but you, Josh?
Want to be the best I can for the team.
For the team.
So we all succeed together.
Exactly. I push myself. I grind hard. I dig deeper because of the whole team. So when I get on the field with the rest of the Stallions, I know we worked hard to be here. I know we worked hard to get where we are right now. I know each and every time I get up on that field, they're all looking up to see what their middle linebacker is going to do. Whatever I set my mind on, I'm going to dig deeper to let that beast mud out. If you lost last season, if you didn't end up where you wanted to be, you've got a chance to make it different this time. You just got to dig deeper. You've got it in you. You've got to look harder. Put your foot down, run after your goals, chase after your goals. There's someone in the shadows watching you, waiting for you to prove yourself, waiting for you to prove that we can do it, we can achieve it. It takes his goals, and his goals, my goals, and your goals for us to get there. We all got to grind. You got to push yourself. You got to work together. This season, I promised my team to run hard, tackle hard, cover hard, train hard, and lead just to get us in a better position. 52 got what it takes. We've got what it takes, and you've got what it takes. Now, Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So nobody's got you like God's got you, and nobody deserves it like you deserve it. That's it. Share and subscribe, guys.